The Sport Technologies name has been around for a while. On this edition of Test Drive, the Ford Edge ST. While the latest Edge has new front and rear fascias, the basic platform and overall design does not change. What does, however, is the inclusion of Ford's Co-Pilot 360. It's a smart move as the ST now comes with forward collision avoidance with auto braking, blind spot monitoring, lane departure warning with keep assist, and auto high beams. This suite of safety equipment gives Ford a healthy leg up on many of its competitors. The cabin is nearly all Edge, although the ST does get much nicer seats. It also gets a rotary dial instead of a lever to shift gears. Now in the middle is the Sport button. When you activate it, it does a number of things. It changes the throttle, it changes the gear shifts, and it introduces rev matching on downshifting. The other thing it does is it pipes in man-made sound for the engine. Now I hate fake, and this is no exception. The Edge ST uses a tuned 2.7-litre twin-turbo V6 engine. The rework means it now produces 335 horsepower and 380 pound-feet of torque at 3,250 RPM. The numbers are up 20 horsepower and 30 pound-feet, which helps to get things off the line faster. The elevated power output does come with a hitch, however. It requires 93-octane gasoline to get the very best out of the engine. Now, believe it or not, this is actually the most powerful ST ever produced. In fact, it actually has a 15% better power-to-weight ratio than the Focus ST. That perhaps explains the numbers. This thing, it'll get you to 100k in 5.8 seconds, and it does the more important 80 to 120 passing move in 4 seconds flat. The engine works with a new 8-speed automatic transmission and the latest all-wheel drive disconnect system. In simple terms, it powers the front wheels and has a rear axle disconnect to help improve fuel economy. However, a raft of sensors, including wiper usage and outside temperature, monitor the conditions so the system is capable of engaging the rear wheels in just 10 milliseconds. The upshot is a seamless distribution of power that gets to the wheels with the best traction. Now, normally when you get a vehicle this size, you expect a third row. Not so with the Ford Edge. It's still a 5-seater, but the upside is, fold the whole lot flat, that grows to just under 2,100 litres. What did impress me, however, was the fact that this ST will still tow a 3,500 pound trailer. To ensure the right sort of handling, the ST gets some needed suspension upgrades. The springs are 10% stiffer up front and 20% stiffer at the back. Both anti-roll bars are firmer, and the old monotube rear shocks have been replaced by a twin-tube design. Through the pylons, the rework resulted in much less body roll and a sharper response to steering input. While some will find the suspension a tad stiff when tooling about town, the instant the engine is flexed, the firmness becomes very much appreciated. Naturally, the ST also gets a much-needed brake upgrade. This ST really does put some needed edge in the Edge. It is overtly sporty, and yet it gives up absolutely nothing in terms of functionality and flexibility. In other words, it fulfills the family obligation whilst remaining fun.